Hello YouTube, my name is Eric Hellman and this is going to be my first guitar lesson. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while now, and today a friend gave me the push to finally go on and do it. So this is going to be my first of many lessons, and today I'm going to be trying to teach you how to play that crazy style of SRV lick like I just did in a demonstration there. So one thing I will say is I am in E-flat tuning. Stevie Ray Vaughan was in E-flat tuning for all of his songs, and Hendrix used it for a majority of his songs too. Really all that means is you tune all of the strings down one half step. So the first string would be E-flat, and then it would go A-flat, D-flat, G-flat, etc., etc. So just do that. If you do not want to do that, that is fine, because what I'm going to show you today you can use in any box position. So that's good. So yeah, this is something that can be applied anywhere. However, I will be teaching it in this specific position. Now for me, in my guitar, I'm going to be playing in the key of B minor. But I'm going to be playing here at the 8th fret position. So if you stay in standard tuning, you're actually going to get the C pentatonic. It's going to sound like this. But that's fine, you know, this is something that works for any scale, and Stevie used it in a variety of keys and, you know, different songs, so that's fine. This may end up being a two-parter, depending on how long the video goes, so let's just hop right into it. So, the reason I chose B-flat is this is something that Stevie Ray Vaughan would do a lot in the song Tin Pan Alley, and just so we're clear, we're using the standard pentatonic that everyone knows. So that is, so for this position, that would be 8-10 on the low E string, and then, no wait, that would be 8-11 on the low E, and then 8-10 on the A string, 8-10 on the D and G string, and then 8-11 on the B and high E string. So that's the box we're using. Now, the theme that I kind of want to show you is how Stevie took one lick, which I'm going to show you the bass lick for this, and just did all kinds of crazy things for it. So this next lick is one of Stevie's most fundamental licks. Like, I would challenge anyone to try to find just a single song that Stevie Ray Vaughan has done in his entire career that does not contain this lick, because it will be very difficult, let me tell you right now. And that that lick is just simply bending up on the G string, in this case at the 10th fret, so bending up a whole step. Sometimes he did a half step, but in this case we're going to do a whole step. And the important thing is you don't want to hear that bend come back down, so gotta use your palm to mute it at the top. Then we're going to go 8 on the B and E string, so, and then you're just simply after that going to play 11 to 8 on the B string. So that's it, that's the lick. And it's very simple, but Stevie uses this lick all over the place, so get that into your muscle memory, because that's going to be a very, very important lick, especially for this lesson. So that's kind of the bass line, and I'm going to show some licks that go around that allow you to create some of the larger licks like the one I played in a demonstration. I will probably make another video at some point that will show things outside of box 1, but for now we're just dealing with that pentatonic shape that I showed in the beginning. So I'm going to show you how to add on to this lick. Now I like to think of this scale as having layers. I almost think of it like the rainforest. So, you know, you got your forest floor down here. So, you know, in this lick, you know, you got your forest floor. And then after that, you kind of got the middle section. And then after that, you have your canopy up here at the top of the scale. So I'm going to show you licks that you can use throughout there. So let's start with the bottom. So this is the fountain. I'm going to call it the fountain lick. Once you do that, then, and one thing really quickly, if you're trying to play this really fast, like Stevie would do in Tin Pan Alley, it's really helpful to play with pull-offs. So for this first lick, when you're playing the part where you go 11 to 8 on the B string, it's really helpful to use a pull-off there. That way you're not trying to pick both licks. That's what it sounds like if you're picking both licks. You hear the difference? It's much faster. So try to do that on as many notes as you can. It will really help. It's just a little side note there. So the bass lick, then you are going to go to the 10th fret of the high E string, and then after that you are going to have a hammer-on pull-off from the 8th string to the 9th string. And then after that, you're going to go to the 11th fret of the B string, back to the 8th fret of the high E string, and then do that pull-off again from 11 to 8 on the B string. So altogether you have, and that's the bottom part. So, you know, if you can master that, you got a pretty good lick on its own, you know. And the way you would normally finish that, if you were going to finish there, is slide on the G string from 11 to 10, and then go to 8 on the G string, and then land on 10 on the D string, and then land on the 8th fret of the G string with some heavy vibrato. But we're not going to end there, because we're going to continue to the middle part. So the middle part is, I'll probably have to teach the last part in one final video, because this video is already getting pretty long. But, so we would do that first part. Then we're going to get into the middle part. So the middle part sounds like this. So that's the middle part. So we got kind of our middle part here. So we're going to slide from the 11th fret on the G string to the 10th fret. And then go to the 8th fret of the G string. Like I said, pull-offs whenever you can do it. That way you're just picking one note, or you're picking one string, but you end up getting 3 notes out of it. Anyway, then you go to the 10th fret of the D, but instead of doing vibrato here, you're going to launch into another lick. So hammer on from the 8th fret of the G string to the 10th fret, and then catch the 8th fret of the B string, and then do that same slide we just did. So slide from 11 to 10 on the G string, pull off to 8, and then go to 10 on the D string. So all together, you know, so far we have, and keep that in mind because we're actually going to use that twice. Then, actually, when you do this, so when you come back from this first lick, you're going to want to land on the D string with your middle finger. That's very important because the next lick starts on the 11th fret of the B string. If you were to put this finger right here, it would be very difficult to get that finger from there to here in a small amount of time. So land on your middle finger there, and then 11th fret on the B string, and then just pull that finger up and do that same slide we've been doing on the G string from the 11th fret to the 10th fret, pull off to 8, and then land on the 10th fret of the D string, and then just repeat that first lick again. So far, it's like, and you have your middle part. So I will go over actually probably the canopy part in part 2, and then I will go over probably some of the things you could do outside of box 1, like I'll go over all of that in the next video. See you then.